Hey, I'm Melanie.
And I'm Kristen.
We're filmmakers, friends, and collaborators from Vancouver, Canada.
And after 10 years in development,
we're finally getting to make our feature film
called Switchback.
And we want to take you along with us
through all the ups and downs,
lessons we learn,
and mistakes we make
on the journey to making this film. Hi everybody, my name is Melanie, my pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Kristen, and my pronouns are she, her.
In today's video, our very first video, we want to dive a little bit deeper into the film, the themes, and why we are making Switchback.
So what is Switchback? It is a feature, a surreal psychological thriller set on the West Coast Trail about gender identity.
Yeah, and it is definitely this sort of exploration of what it means to discover that you're trans, the sort of tumultuous inner world that kind of, goes on a journey, and then placing that in this external world of this hiking trip. And what happens to our character as they navigate, sort of the challenges, the obstacles, meeting new people, dealing with old relationships and new relationships, and in the process, finding who they are.
So let's get started. Why are we making Switchback?
The exciting thing is that we just got telefilm. This is something that we've been working towards for 2.5 years, 3 years now. We applied before and we did not get in, and then we applied for development and we got that, and then we worked on the script, and then we were successful this time, which I feel like is a big culmination for both of us.
That's right. So for those of you that don't know, Telefilm is the Canadian federal funding agency for film, and they selected us as a project to finance this year. So we now have a green light of the first bit of financing, and we're going to make our baby that we've been working on for so long. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about the process?
Yeah, so our baby is the way to say it, because I have been writing this film for about 12 years, from like inception of the idea to now, which is, I've lost count of the drafts, so this has been through so many rewrites. And that development process has been really exciting. We'll probably in another video get into more details about this, but we've been to like tons of labs, tons of different kind of workshopping opportunities or like story editor opportunities, both Kristen and I in different ways. And that has really like informed the script and the changes that we've made, basically.
Exactly. I feel like from when you first brought the project to me to now, the script and the story has taken big shifts, and it's evolved in a way that feels really organic and natural to what's been going on in particularly your life. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, like I think that, without getting too like glib about it, I feel like all writers you're gonna put like a piece of yourself in your writing naturally. Switchback is no exception. It's definitely a very personal story, but more than anything, I think it's been like a reflection almost in reverse. So like, I was writing this story about transformation and about accepting yourself long before I realized that I was like sort of seeking my own transformation, recognizing my own gender identity. And so first I did it in the movie, and then I sort of did it in real life, and then it went back into the movie and back and forth and back and forth. And like, I think that's just, par for the course with writing, but especially when it's personal writing. It's gonna just naturally sort of evolve with your own personal journey, what's going on in your own life. Yeah.
So to get really specific, what the main change has been is this now is a story about gender identity and exploration of that. So for you and in your own journey, is that like scary to put it in the film, or is it exciting and like freeing?
I think it's really exciting. I think like the interesting thing about writing this piece is that when I started writing it, and it was just a solo hiking movie about a person, honestly about a person like running away from their life and their problems and their struggles and their solitude, like the solitude that they felt in their life. And that is what I felt at that time. Like I felt alone. I felt misunderstood. I felt confused, and I, saw escaping as like a positive outcome for myself. And then you write that into your script as like kind of a wish fulfillment, because that's what you can do with your characters, is you can kind of have them do things you wish you could do in life, right? And as things have changed for me, as I have reached a point of greater acceptance, greater understanding of myself, I don't want to run away anymore. And so now I don't want to make a movie about someone running away. I mean, the character does start the film thinking that way, and then by the end of the film, of course, they have like discovered that what they need is not escape or solitude, it's connection and community. And that is like ultimately like one of our biggest messages in the film. Our pithy little saying that, but I mean, I say that, but I don't think it's pithy. I think it's actually really profound, but it just sounds maybe pithy, is, being you is what will save you. And I really believe that, because that is what saved me and made me able to write this story. So like, it's not pithy, it's profound, right? It's important, it's meaningful, or it could be meaningful, I hope, to other people and not just me. Yeah.
Well, I think we're seeing that, because we're seeing people responding to these changes in the script, and we had applied to Telefilm once previously and gotten close but not gotten funding. So I think this journey that the project's been is when it needed to get to a place where it's really saying something that is meaningful and that other people are responding to authentically.
Yeah, and I think like, even though it isn't like a reflection of your journey, I feel like you've also been able to like find things to connect with in the story throughout the whole process of it getting to this version like of the story, because we both are like really avid outdoors people. We love to camp. We grew up doing those things. Our parents did those things.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's like a strong connecting thread. Do you like, when you think about that and you think about the script, like what stands out for you, or is like the part that you connect with most about that like outdoor kind of component?
Definitely the landscape. We both were born and raised here in the lower mainland of BC. As you said, camping most of our lives, and that's something we have bonded over, hiking together and camping, backcountry camping together.
Yeah, you took me on my first ever backcountry hike, like overnight hike, because I had done tons of car camping and everything when I was a kid. That's my family always did that, but we never did like the kind of more rugged, intense, like carry everything you need on your back. And that was such a transformative trip, because I had been writing about it, but I hadn't done it. And then we did that trip. And then I was able to then go on other trips and kind of like expand my knowledge.
It gave you the courage to go and do the West Coast Trail, even though it's nothing the same in scale. So I remember that we went to Elfin Lakes, and one of my favorite parts is the like view of Elfin Lakes, and it was rainy and cloudy, and I was like, oh God, you're not going to be able to see anything. But luckily we did have a few moments where the skies cleared and we were able to get the full scope of how beautiful it is up there.
Yeah, we did some painting of the view. That's as well.
Generous.
Maybe we'll try to put a little picture of a painting.
Mel did a beautiful painting, and I am not artistic at all. So what happened was I was like just kind of mushing around colors on a sheet that didn't really turn out to be anything.
But I feel like that was such a sidebar here, but like, I think we'll probably get into this later when we talk more about like hiking and camping and, some of that stuff and the research trips that I've done. But like, learning what is like a luxury item and what is a necessity, like that was my first hike. So I was like, I need paints and a book and like all kinds of extra things that probably I didn't need, but it was fun that we got to do that in the hut because there was nothing else to do because it was rainy. So
yeah. So that's a little bit about what got us here. We now have funding, and the script has now evolved into a different place, and we are ready to make a feature film.
Yeah, and I think in closing, like, I would just encourage you, if you're finding us through this video, please like throw any questions that you have in the comments. Let us know what you are interested in hearing about, because we have lots of things we want to share with you, but we would love to like directly answer questions that you might have, or just like the specifics of what it takes to make a feature, especially one like this. in the Canadian system, which is nothing like the American sort of studio system and all the ways that that's different, as second-time feature filmmakers. So in another video, we will actually talk about our first features and what we learned on them. And also just like what it takes to make a film over this much time. So, 12 years of development, workshopping, and then finally getting the first piece of financing and then working towards closing all the financing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well done. We're here. We're doing it.
So yeah, give us a comment, like, and subscribe if you can, and we'll see you in the next one.